Steven, what is Adobe Experience Manager?
Adobe Experience Manager is Adobe's content management system that's preferred by all big companies to manage their content across all channels.
And why is it, in your opinion, the best content management system out there?
Adobe Experience Manager is the best because it's recognized by Forrester and Gartner as being one of the most leading and most complete tools. It combines a WYSIWYG editor, which makes it very easy to use by marketeers.
Which is what, by the way, WYSIWYG? Just so everybody understands.
It's a visual editor that allows the marketeer to see what they're impacting on the website. So you can clearly drag and drop images or text, edit styles from text, so changing it from a title to a subtitle, for instance, and clearly see what the impact is on the end result. And because that WYSIWYG editor has been there for several years, it's very mature and it can be easily used by marketeers to manage web content. But next to that, the latest evolution within content management is also headless. Not only thinking about the web channels, but all other channels like mobile, for instance, kiosks, voice even, and detaching it from the web channel. And we see that a lot of those headless solutions today are very popular. And Adobe has adjusted its offering to match that need. So at this time, Adobe combines that very good editor visually with headless opportunities, with headless capabilities, and allows people to combine both together. So they can have the headless content, which can be shared to all other channels, and keep that visually good editor to make that website specific content.
Okay, and one of the questions that people ask a lot is or one of the comments that Adobe gets a lot on Adobe Experience Manager is that it's not a pretty affordable tool, and that it's one of the steepest in the market. So what would you say to that? Because I know that your opinion might differ.
Yeah. I think it's too bad because in the past, surely Adobe was one of the most expensive tools to be used. It was also very targeted to the enterprise market, so the price kind of matched the consumer. At this point, Adobe has a very good cloud offering, which results in less costs on hosting, less costs on maintenance and infrastructure. And it's a platform as a service that you can just buy. Everything is managed by Adobe. There are no downtimes, there are no upgrade cycles needed, and no additional investment is needed. And it's ready to go from the start. So they have a set of starter components, which they didn't have a few years back. And they have a lot of support to actually get your business online within Adobe Experience Manager.
So final question, because you sort of mentioned that you have a starter pack, if we can call it that. How long would you say it takes for average project in Adobe Experience Manager to go from initial setup in Adobe to a running website?
Yeah, so since they have a lot of starter components, they're mainly content components. So for a pure content website, we're talking about weeks instead of months, which it used to be in the past. So the main start for building a content website on Adobe Experience Manager is to take that starter components, add your design system to it, apply that design system to the components, and make sure that you have the site structure ready. And then we're talking about a few weeks to do the styling to make sure everything matches your brand identity. And then it's ready for content authoring. And that depends, of course, on the amount of content that your brand has.